Hi YouTube, it's Janely here. I first want to say thank you to everybody who's been watching my videos on my channel. And I'm really sorry that I've been gone MIA a little for the past few weeks. I usually take the time to do the editing and the filming for my YouTube videos on weekends. And the past couple weekends I haven't been available because I was traveling a lot. I was in Boston for a little while, then I went on a camping trip with my family, which was awesome. To follow up my last video, which was about budgeting, I know that a lot of people were reaching out to me and saying that it was very general, like it was helpful, but it's also very general, and they want a little bit more specific tips. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, I will go ahead and put the link right above me here. Make sure to go check it out so you have a good idea of what tips I was talking about. Before I jump into the countdown, I just want to start by saying that if I can manage to save half of my income each month, then so can you. I know it sounds like a lot and it sounds crazy, but I live in New York City, which is one of the most expensive cities, if not the most expensive city. I know that anybody living in a lot of different cities that are more affordable can also do it. I used to spend about $1,350 for an apartment by myself in Brooklyn, New York, and it was fine. Like, that was manageable for me, and I was able to save still a little bit of money. But the point was, I wasn't saving as much as I could, and so I decided, you know what, I really need to figure out how to chop my rent, in half, or hopefully even spend less than half of what I'm spending. The best way to do that is to have roommates and to split the costs of things. Nowadays, there's so many apps too that make splitting things so easy. Venmo is one of the ones that I use with my roommates. I also use Chase QuickPay with a lot of my family members when we pay for things or split things, and really just makes a lot of these logistical money things a lot easier. So right now I have a 3-bedroom apartment, and it's myself and 2 other roommates. Obviously, I know that it seems like a big sacrifice to live with that many people, but what I find is that I'm an extroverted person, so I really enjoy having my friends around. The 2 roommates that I have are really good friends of mine. So whenever we're here in the apartment and feel like we're just hanging out, it's kind of like a kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It allows me to be social with my friends as much as I can, and also allows me to split the costs of my utilities and my rent and things like that. The major change that I made was deciding not to go to the supermarket ever again. I know that sounds crazy, like, how do you eat, woman? So I actually use Freshdirect.com, and we get our food delivered weekly. We no longer have to go and spend 2 to 3 hours at the supermarket filling our car and then getting all that food, all those bags and groceries back home, and then going up the stairs to our 2nd floor walk up, and all of that doesn't have to happen. You go onto Freshdirect.com, or me now, I've been using the app. I'll go onto the app and I'll look at past orders that I made. We'll look at the most popular items that we order, and I stick to the budget. We've spent on average $22 a week each. So that would be $66 a week on food for the past 50 weeks. Now, that's been really great because we're able to save a lot of money. We have typical orders that we make, and what we do is we'll tweak them according to what's on sale. And the nice thing about Freshdirect is that you can go onto the site and type in something that you're searching for. Like, if I'm looking for eggs to order, I'll type in eggs, and then a ton of different results will come up. But what I do is I sort the eggs by price. So I'll go ahead and look at the best quality eggs for the best price. When I used to have another roommate a few years back, when I first started working out of college, we would spend a lot of our money on food. We would go out to restaurants and split everything that we were eating. We would order in, we would use Seamless.com, we would use Grubhub, we would get food delivered all the time. And so that made us really happy, but it wasn't necessarily making our bank account really happy. This has definitely been the hardest thing for me because, like I said before, I'm so used to going to different restaurants and trying new foods, and I really am a foodie, so I like to try all kinds of different foods. But given the fact that I'm super motivated to save as much money as I can, I just keep a little section in my budget for restaurants, and I let it accumulate. So every few months I have the opportunity to try a new restaurant. The thing about restaurants too is that you'll show up and you have to pay for your meals, you have to pay for your drinks, but then you also have to tip the waiter or waitress, and so there's a lot more money involved than if you were to just prep the meal at home. I'm kind of like the mama in the apartment, and I'll prepare a lot of meat at once and like portion it out and make sure everybody has meat enough for the week, including lunch and including dinner. I usually have a salad every single day. I'll have like mixed greens, some veggies and some fruit, and I'll even maybe have like a snack for dessert, like a granola bar or a yogurt, something like that. And I always have some kind of meat because I need meat on my plate, either chicken or beef or lamb or something that I've prepared and sort of portioned out for the week. You spend so much money on soda and juice and all this stuff that's not even good for your body, and water is for the most part free. My biggest worry with that when I first started was that I would get bored, because water doesn't really taste like anything. So I'd be like, oh, water just tastes so boring. But to sort of combat that, what I do is I'll mix in different things with my water. So I will chop up some cucumbers and toss it into my water, or slice up some lemons and throw it into the water, or strawberries. Anything that you like the taste of, you can toss into some water, any like fruits or veggies, and get the taste of it in your water, so that it's not just like plain bland old water. Wine, I mean, it's like my guilty pleasure. So if I'm watching a movie or if I'm doing some work and I want to relax, I'll have a glass of wine. Hey, who knows, you might be surprised and become a little bit addicted to the thrill of the save, like me. I'm like a little bit addicted. Comment below and tell me what are different ways that you save money, or some money saving tips that you might have. You can email me at MissBeHelpful@gmail.com. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Show me some love on here. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Until next time, peace.